Am I publicly decent now? Did it fine?
Very halal. Hello, everybody. Camera 1, camera 2. Welcome back to another episode of This Should Bother You with Sahar and
Pateka.
Woo! Welcome back, my Shaylas.
Yeah.
We're very
Another
excited.
week, and we're here to yap. And thank you for being here to listen.
Yes. We have our matches ready. Do you know, last week we had some gin and tonics.
Today we're being demure, healthy, health as well. Do you understand?
Have a matcha. Sit back. It's cooler than tea. It's a little ice.
I also like to say that my friend here makes the best matchas. Each time they just keep getting better. I told her she should open her own cafe, like matcha bar. Do you know what I mean?
Guys, the problem with me, honestly, is like there's too many side quests that I could do. Like, I need to pump the brakes. I need to warm up because every day I discover a new side quest. Was I not swimming on Monday? Tomorrow, guess where I'm going? I'm going to play paddle. Today,
What
make
is
a matcha.
paddle?
Like, my hobbies just don't end. Paddle is like wannabe tennis. It's not actual tennis.
It's badminton.
I actually don't know how badminton functions, so you'd have to tell me.
Have you not played
No,
badminton
I've never
before?
played badminton.
Okay.
Please don't introduce me to another hobby I'd like.
It's better because it's not a heavy ball. That's why it's like...
Yeah, I've seen like on the movies, like I've seen like when they like it's like that paper thing.
It's plastic. I call it like a little wedding doll. It has like a white head and then like...
Fair enough.
A
So
skirt.
paddle is like the it's kind of like the paddles feel like they look like ping pong ones, right? Like table tennis ones.
Right.
And then you can play double. So you played 4. So you know how on a tennis court, like there's like those 2 boxes closer to the
Yeah.
net and then there's like the rest of the court. So those 4 boxes are where you play paddle in, if I understand it correctly. And then you can play with like 2 versus 2. And then the ball, I think, is also kind of like a ping pong ball. It's not like a
Interesting.
proper tennis ball. I should really learn the rules of this game because I'm quite literally playing tomorrow and I have no idea what I'm doing. But I know how tennis works and it feels like it's more complicated. So I should be fine, right?
Yeah, you should be fine.
I think I should be fine.
But I'm going to YouTube this game because I don't know.
Look, everyone's playing paddle, dude. Even when I went swimming, so I went
Paddle in
swimming.
water.
No.
They're playing paddle in water. Well, that's paddling in water.
So I went swimming at this recreational center in West Hollywood. So they have a bunch of different, like, you can do paddle, there's jungle gym for kids, there's field to run, like there's a lot of things you can do.
Yeah.
So I saw their paddle court. It was packed. Like, it was packed.
Wow.
Like, every court space you could possibly fathom was taken.
Is this a sport?
It's a sport. It's the latest thing.
Is this the sport of 2025?
I think so. I think paddle is overtaking Pilates because the thing about paddle is it's more sociable. So everyone wants to do it as like a healthy alternative to like just doing brunch. You get what I mean? You know? So next time
must
you
be
want to move your
fun.
body a little bit. do
Actually, okay, I'll look into that, because I want to pick up a sport and I hate physical exercise.
paddle.
So let's make it fun.
Well, I think you'll like paddle. The only thing is you obviously need people to play with. But I'll play paddle with you.
Wow, you think I don't have people to play paddle with? Wow, she thinks I have no friends, guys. This is
I know.
crazy.
Do your friends like playing sports? Diana likes playing sports. You can do. I'm sure she likes paddle.
Who?
Diana.
Oh, Diana. My friend Diana, she does a lot of sports. She's like the cool
in fact, she'll probably
surfer.
think paddle is lame. She'll think it's not like challenging enough.
Yeah, she does Pilates, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's on it. She's on it. I'm not on it. Anyway.
Anyways, we could ramble forever.
Before we jump into the topic of the day, what has been bothering you, my love, this week?
What has been bothering me this week is missing home and missing family. We're recording this during Holy Week, so it's Easter, and usually around this time of the year, I think there are random moments throughout the year where I miss home a little bit more than others, and this is definitely one of them. Easter at home is a very big occasion, like especially if you grew up in like an African Christian home, which I did. Like, we celebrate Palm Sunday church, Good Friday church. You're in church for like 4, 5, 6 hours. You even starting to starve. At some point, you and your cousins are probably going to walk out of church just because you need some air while the aunties and uncles are still in there. And then finally it ends. And the best part of it is like the worship and the singing. Like, it's just 10 out of 10 spectacular. They preach Mantua Supiling, which means the 7 words, which is the 7 phrases that Jesus said on the cross as he was dying. And then you go for Good Friday lunch, and then but lunch is not at 1 o'clock. Lunch is maybe 5 p.m.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Exactly. And then afterwards, like, it's whatever post vibes you guys have. Maybe you are chilling with your family, whatever. Fine, cool. Saturday is usually a chill day. Usually like we're either at my grand's or we're at home, wherever the vibe is. Sunday is then big days part 3. What are we at? Part 2, part 3. Sunday best. You know when I say you're wearing your Sunday best, okay? You're looking good. He is risen, and baby, so are you. You better step out in your best outfit, okay? And more church, more worshiping. It's like a more joyous service. And yeah, and then afterwards you do Easter lunch. And yeah, that kind of concludes our Easter services. So I guess what's been bothering me this week is just not being home for that. This is literally like my 3rd Easter not being home. You would think at this point I'm used to it, but I guess part of our conversation as far as like immigration and everything that we've come and like obstacles and hurdles we faced is also just like, you're gonna miss out on a lot of important things.
Yeah.
You're gonna miss out on a lot of like, and you think about these things because you obviously know you're moving from home. Like logically, you know you're moving from home, but you never know how it's gonna make you feel and what days are gonna hit you more than others. And honestly speaking, guys, when I was still living in South Africa, I didn't know that Easter would hit for me as much as it did once I had left. You know, so I guess that's what's been bothering me this week.
Yeah.
What has been bothering you, my love?
Well, it's not as deep. It's not missing home related. It's my sensitive ears that have been bothering me. And my neighbours.
Sarah has beef with our neighbours, okay? She has beef.
I'm a bit embarrassed, a bit irritated, a bit like agitated, like, so we are neighbours below. Like, obviously we have neighbours next to us, above us, below us. We live in an apartment complex. It's not a big apartment complex, but it's...
Let's call them complexes. I would have said building.
What's a complex then?
Because to me, a complex is like there's multiple buildings within a piece of land versus a singular building.
She's correct. I just thought the word complex was like stacks. It's not.
I don't think.
Guys, you know,
I
sometimes on this
though.
podcast you'll figure out that Saha's brain cells don't attach sometimes, but it's okay. So anyway,
English is not our first language.
It's
fine.
really not. So we live in an apartment. Obviously, it's not a massive apartment, but
Why are you saying obviously?
because I just
Maybe they thought we're rich and we're living in bougie high rise in the middle of Beverly Hills. In fact, if that was your perception, please.
I mean, if that was the
actually.
case, my nails would be done. So
You're exposing us. You see now.
yeah, we're exposing ourselves.
My
Actually,
nails
no,
are
I expose myself a bit more.
Excuse the shimmer stains.
Anyway.
But my nails are done.
Her nails are done. But so basically, our neighbors below, our neighbor above, she walks heavy sometimes, but it's okay. Like, she doesn't make crazy noise unless she's having a good time, which I've heard once. But I'm like, you do you,
What
babes.
do you mean by having a good time?
She was getting her fucking brains fucked out of her, darling.
Ah! No censor, no filter, nothing. She just
Wow, she was enjoying it. So they went to. I'll tell my mum this, by the way. They went to take a shower. I thought, "Khalas, it's done." It was one of them nights where I couldn't sleep. So if I was asleep, I wouldn't have heard it. But they went back to take a shower. So I was like, "Khalas, they're washing off after sex and everything." No, they came back and they did it again. I'm like, "Wow, you guys just."
So how long were you listening to even know when people left to take showers and then they
You
came back?
don't understand. Like, I can hear very well when someone goes from their bedroom. Maybe I just have really sensitive ears.
Yeah.
But anyway, she doesn't make that much noise, the girlie above us. And it's, you know, I like her. I like whoever's living above. The people below, these couple, now apparently someone's grandma died. Now she's pregnant. I don't know. There's so many things going on in this couple's lives. But they blast their music really loudly to the point where our floor vibrates. I can't concentrate on something when I hear something else behind what I'm trying to concentrate on. you're different, your ears aren't that sensitive to it, but it just irritates me so much and it makes me anxious and I think it just triggers me. I'm really bad with noises because of like stuff from before. So I think maybe that's why I'm a bit sensitive to it. But so basically, I sent them a letter when things were a bit too loud because I asked my friend what I should do. I didn't want to contact management because I didn't want it to become a serious thing. So I sent a letter and I don't want to confront them. We're not friends. I don't really want to know you like that. I just want you to keep your music down. So anyway, I sent them a letter. Hey, I'm a student. So sorry, but could you keep it down? Khalas. Still continued. It went down a little bit, but then after a while, it went back up again. And then went back up. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to go downstairs. So what do I do? Maybe you guys tell me. Maybe I did the wrong thing. I just stamped my feet. Get the message. Then they wouldn't get the message. Stamping feet. So I just continued to stamp feet. But only when it's out. I'm not stamping my feet all the time. And then yesterday, I just couldn't take it anymore. So I went downstairs and I rang the doorbell. And I said, hello, because I did speak to management. And then management was like, we can't really do anything if it's before 10 p.m. because it's non-quiet hours. So I'm like, right. I'm like, hey, I'm a student. I live upstairs. Would you be able to keep your music down? Because I really can't concentrate. And they're like, oh, hey, are you the person that stamps their feet? I'm like, yes, that is me. And they're like, oh, why didn't you just come downstairs? I was like, I did leave a letter. And they were like, oh, that was you? And I was like, yes. And he was like, well, thank you for coming down. Now that you're here, actually, you do stamp a little. And I was like, oh, really?
Not them throwing it back at you.
I know. And I was like, well, yeah, because you're loud. But I was like, if it's me walking around, I can also work on that. Anyway, the wife was just like this, hand on hip, just looking at me with her pajamas.
Giving you some extra sass.
Yeah. And then this ugly ass white hair receding like man talking to me whilst his wife just stands there with hand on hip.
Why is the man's hairline catching straight?
I just hate, his hair just was not giving. Anyway, he just was not giving. Both of them weren't giving, but whatever. So yeah, he's just talking to me, yapping to me, and I'm just like, okay, well, please do let me know if I do anything. You can let me know, like you can also speak to me. And he was like, well, I'm telling you no. I'm like, okay, that's good, but if you want, you can always come up to me. He's like, oh, maybe you can take my number. I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's not good to swap numbers. I told him that because my friend had told me some people swap numbers back, forth, keep it down. And I'm just like, I'm not trying to have a back, forth. So anyway, I emailed my management back and I was like, hey, I spoke to them. Apparently the walls are thin because when I went there, the music was at volume 20. Like, you know, volume 60, 70 on our TV is a lot. It was at 20. I don't know if they turned it down when I went downstairs and I rang the doorbell because they said this is the volume we're playing at. I don't know how it's doing that. But I was like, fuck, maybe am I going crazy? Maybe our floors vibrate. So anyway, I feel gaslit. I feel a bit embarrassed. But to make myself feel better, management spoke to the people below them because we're above them. And the people below them said that they do also hear music.
Yeah. So it's not just you, dude.
It's not just me. But I'm really... Obviously, it was bothering me, but I'm now bothered by the fact that they might try to be petty in the future, especially because I have family and friends coming over. Obviously, they're not staying here, but my best friend is. So I'm like, I hope people don't bother me and be petty with me back. I think that's what's bothering me this week.
And I keep telling you can't prevent that, but... That's unfortunate, my Shayla.
Yeah.
I wish I could. I was telling her yesterday that, like, I wish I could help. Like I wish I was feeling the frustration with her.
Yeah.
I don't want you guys to think I'm deaf. Like, I can hear. Like, I have ears. But, like...
I feel like...
Look at the size I'm working with. They're not that big, okay? So, like, I don't hear... Like, and sometimes I'll hear it, nah? Like, I'll sometimes hear the music, but it just doesn't bother me that much. I don't know if chaos doesn't bother me or it's just I've lived in big cities all my life.
This is the thing, right? Like
I don't know. But I think it's just for you, noise just disturbs your peace to some degree.
Yes.
That doesn't happen for me.
I don't like certain noises, and I went to therapy about it. And
you also don't like sudden noises, though, in general.
In sudden noises,
like sometimes, like I'll read like an email about, and Sarah will like run out of her room and panic. Like, what's wrong? Whole time,
I spoke about this to my therapist. Apparently, it's to do with generational trauma because my mum lived through the Iran and Iraq war, and my mum's like that, and all of my cousins are like that, and they said that that's something that gets passed down. So I'm like, oh, that's cute, but I think that the the light noises may come from my dad because he gets really irritated by like small noises. And I also, she's going to look at me sideways, but I also get irritated by whistling and like clicking fingers. but that's something I'm working on. And also kissing teeth. It's something I'm working on.
Listen, we are all finding out this information together. Wait a minute. So if I go like, that bothers you?
No. It's when someone's cleaning their teeth. So like that. I want to punch someone in the face.
That's annoying.
And do you know what I mean? Like,
that's annoying.
But I love this girl so much. I love her so much.
She never yells at me when I whistle.
I never do because I know that's such a like. I yell at men a lot when they do it, but then I'm just like, my girl is actually enjoying herself and she's just vibing. Like, why do I need to ruin that? So I think having that and working on my irritation levels is actually good because first now my friend can now enjoy snapping fingers and whistling. And I get to work more on being less irritated and being less like my dad. Baba, I love you, but I don't want to be you. So
not Baba catching strays.
No, but it's.
But thank you for letting me whistle in the
house. Of course. But yeah, I'm really sensitive, and unfortunately, I have things from my dad and my mum that don't allow me to have peace with regards to noise. I'm also a really light sleeper, guys.
Oh yeah, that's her ministry.
That one
I can't relate to.
Wow.
You see, and you guys will probably hear at some point, depending on like how well we can edit the stuff out, is like you'll hear noises. Guys, we live in Los Angeles, hey? We live in the city, like it's noisy, okay?
And it's not Beverly Hills or Sherman Oaks, darling.
Don't make it sound like we live in the ghetto, please.
We don't live in the...
I know we don't, but like,
Beverly...
like, okay, yeah, fair enough. It's not Beverly Hills, but it's close enough.
But Beverly Hills is like, okay, now I'm not going to be political.
Yeah, actually,
Beverly Hills is for politicians.
We can't zone ourselves in because that's a safety concern.
Yeah, don't. But anyway, what I'm saying is that we don't own nice mansions in the roads of, the ones behind Rodeo Drive. That's not us.
The only quiet parts of LA for real, unless like you're in the valley, are like Beverly Hills, parts of Santa Monica, the valley, like I said, Malibu. Those areas of LA are quiet.
Calabasas.
But Calabasas as well. Like anything beyond that, whether you are like anything, I'd say anything central, east, south, downtown, even like Culver City, all of them, Jay, like you will hear noise. Like it's just bound to happen. So anyways, here's to you healing and finding more peace in our home.
And here's to you for this weekend, having a lovely couple days filled with love for Easter. She's actually making a beautiful meal today. She's been working very hard.
If you see the turmeric stains on my nails, that's exactly why. I made pickled fish and all the turmeric is, yeah. But thank you, my Shayla.
Yes.
This weekend is already better than the rest of the week was. So.
Yes, this week was crazy, by the way.
Yeah, there was something in the air, but we don't have time to get into that.
Yeah.
What are we yapping about this week again?
We are yapping about
immigration,
passport control.
Yeah, I'm warning you now. We are going to navigate this conversation with as much safety as humanly possible because right now where we are in April 2025, it's hot. Things are hot. Things are happening. People are here one day and then they're not the next day. It's very tricky right now.
Yeah,
it's very tricky. So, in that spirit, we love living here so much. We love this place. We love the life we've built for ourselves. We contribute well to the economy. I pay taxes all the time. We are model citizens and we have good hearts.
We have great hearts.
Right. Moving on to the conversation.
Yes.
What was your coming to America story like? Yeah. Okay. Because I feel like there's a lot that we could discuss here, right? And I feel like I want us to have a conversation that people would find helpful. So maybe we can do a thing of like unexpected hurdles that you encountered when you first moved? Because I feel like when you first move to a new place, right, everyone anticipates that like, oh, you're gonna have some sort of adjustment to a culture change or food difficulty, like finding food that you like or anything like that.
Yeah.
But what are some of the things that you did not anticipate being unnecessarily difficult?
So basically, I didn't know I was coming to America until a month before. Coming to America?
A month?
Yes, a month before. Because I could not afford our university.
Okay.
Because I
No
didn't.
free advertising here. Sorry.
Because I didn't know the difference between private and public because we don't really have that in the UK. So I was like, oh, what much of a difference could it be? Big difference. Even with public schools, they're expensive as well.
Also, it's a big difference, like being local, like you pay different school fees, whether like you're from the same states or whether you're from the US. So international students always pay the most amount of fees.
100%.
I don't know how they decide that and how they like compare the rates, but that's across the board. That's the case, at least in the US.
And I also knew this because a lot of my friends at Goldsmiths in London, where I did my undergrad, they were international students. So I knew they paid crazy, but it still wasn't as bad as the fucking money is being spent here in these universities. So I couldn't afford it, and I had come to the conclusion that I couldn't afford it because my parents were like, maybe we can remortgage the house, and I was like, wow, no. So I was like, khalas, like it's fine, it's what it is. I'm just glad that I was even talented enough to be accepted to the school. Anyway, send them an email. I'm like, just to give them a bit of hope as well. I was like, thank you guys. I remember exactly who I was emailing as well. Emailed these two professors. I said, thank you so much for the opportunity. I was so glad to even like be able to speak to you guys over an interview. Can't come. Sorry, can't afford it. But I'll still look out for loans. Loans, 11% for interest.
Wait.
Imagine. Woo, I've never seen that percentage for interest.
You never, and then until you try buying a car. Do you remember
Yes.
those interest rates?
Yeah, I did remember those ones actually. I don't even know I forgot what my interest rate was for my
I'm sure
car.
it was in the
It wasn't,
20s.
but it wasn't as bad as 11. Was it 11 or was it higher than?
Oh, they quoted me like 20%. I'm not joking.
Okay,
Nothing's funny.
I bought my
But
car
I also bought a
secondhand.
car. I bought my car brand new, and I also bought it like 8 months after I moved to the country. So like I had no credit. I was 22. Like I was
under
a
25.
risk factor, like on every sort of level.
No, 100%. I don't remember. I'll get back to you on that. What that percentage was.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyway, I'm depressed because I can't afford to come to the US and whatever. So I was so depressed, like depression at its core. But anyway, it was one of my really good friend's birthday. So we went to Brighton to celebrate. We were at the club till like 3 o'clock in the morning. We get back at 4 a.m. They're taking showers because they just went into the pool in Brighton, but I didn't. So I just went back to sleep. Not went back to sleep. I went to sleep. And then I checked my emails and I start screaming. And the thing is, me and Noor, whose birthday it was, we've experienced traumatic events together, and she knows how I scream and cry when something bad happens. So she literally thought someone had died.
Oh,
and she
didn't
was
know it was good
so...
news. She was like, "Oh my god, this is terrible."
No, and Noor is like the light of my life. So literally, like she would not like. I know she was stressed. I know she was upset for my reaction because it literally gave her PTSD from what we had experienced a couple months before. My phone got stolen and something happened to her. Anyway, carrying on. Yeah, I had gotten a notification, an email from Chapman saying, "Hey, like, we're gonna give you 100% scholarship to come. Please just come." And I was just like, "Can you afford living here?"
Do you guys hear that? 100%. 100%. Do you see my friend? Yeah, she's so talented. They were like, we actually can't miss out on this opportunity to have this dime piece in our school. And they said, we're not even gonna offer her 25%, not 50, 100. Yeah, if they want to, they will.
Thank you, my Shayla. But honestly, God was there.
Yeah,
like I knew. That's whenever I doubt myself here, I remember that situation, and I'm just like, it's okay. Like that's very rare because I remember Melika was helping me apply for university, is one of our really good friends, and she was like, it's really rare to give scholarship out for masters.
Yeah,
so don't even think about it. Like
I can count on my one hand the number of people I know who got 100% scholarships. A lot of people get partial scholarships.
Yes.
But 100%? Oh wow.
Yeah, crazy. And I think that's something they don't talk about. But anyway, guys, we're getting off. I feel like I need to get to the core of what we're speaking about.
So what was an unanticipated difficulty that you faced for you? Was just like the tuition shock and
the tuitions. So obviously once the scholarship and everything came through, then I started like, because I had already gotten a visa appointment beforehand just for travel and tourism.
Yeah.
So then I had to quickly go to the actual embassy again. Then they were like, why do you need another? I'm like, I'm a student now. So they need to get me another visa. Then I had to wait for the passport to arrive. Because they need to take it, put the visa back in it, the student
visa. What do you mean the passport to arrive? You did not have a passport before this point?
No, I had a passport, but when they want to put the visa stamp in for student, you have to give the passport to the embassy. So if they take your passport that day, that means it's fine. So then I had to go pick it up from central London again in a different area. But the thing was, I had to get a bunch of stuff printed, like the F1, all of this. But because it was so quick, I had to do everything all of a sudden. I remember I had to get a letter to say that I can afford living in the US, which I did.
The tuition backing up stuff.
Yes, even though they gave me a scholarship, they were like, how are you going to live? So I had to get that. I had to get my mum's job, pay my dad's, my like people who were supporting me. I printed off a bunch of stuff that I knew I needed, like, I don't know, stuff.
We get lots of admin.
So many admin, but I have a whole fucking thick ass folder in my wardrobe with everything. And then coming here quickly, actually my friends were so impressed. So once I landed, it was actually it didn't take that long. Like the person even at the passport control was super nice to me, and they were like, "Oh, what restaurants are you gonna go visit?" Like it was stuff like that.
Yeah, the people in like LAX are the nicest officers.
They really are.
That I have dealt with, and I've entered this country from many different points, and I must say, like, LAX is usually one of the places where I'm like, okay, I don't have to feel anxious, you know.
Yeah.
Even my family when they visited, friends when they visited, overall, like, the people are chill.
No, it's chill, but it depends each time where you go, but like usually it's really good. And then so I was welcomed really well, picked up my massive suitcases, had my auntie pick me up, my mum's friend. Then it was getting I got a job at the school, and obviously being an international student, you can't work full time.
Yeah, the work one is very long.
Yeah.
The work one is very long.
And you have to get a CPT.
Yeah. Okay, wait, before you dive into this next, because now we've done like you coming into the US, and like I guess for you the unexpected things was just like the tuition hurdles, right? Because it's like that was an unexpected cost.
Oh yes.
And also like getting here.
That was the easy part. The things that threw me off was definitely getting all the other information for getting a job, like a part-time job. Then it was figuring out that, oh shit, like every semester I have to pay for fucking health insurance and conservatory fee, which was something unexpected because I thought I had already paid for it and maybe I missed it. But then my parents were fine with helping me with that and me saving up money to pay for some of it, but it was unexpected because they weren't giving grace with it. Like, hey, I'm on a full scholarship. I can't maybe afford it this month. Can you push it to next month? Like, that stuff was really difficult for me.
No, they're very strict. So, okay, first of all, for context, when I moved to the United States, it was 2021, right? Like, COVID was still COVIDing. Will they block us if we say COVID? Apparently not supposed to. Anyways, that disease was still rampant at the time, right? It wasn't as bad as it was in 2020, but still, like, people were still wearing masks, etc., etc. So I moved here August 2021, and my process of getting into the school and everything was pretty smooth, from like interviewing to acceptance to like getting some sort of support, not getting some sort of support. They offered me like because I did a joint degree, so I had to deal with like the business school and the film school. And in the beginning of your degree program, you mostly work with the business school. Most of my classes were concentrated in the business school in the first year. The second year was kind of split. The third year was mostly in the film school. So because of that, when I got into the school, like my partial scholarship that I'd gotten was through the business school. It wasn't through the film school. And then the rest was just up to like family supports and everything, which I'm very grateful for. But guys, let me start giving you advice. Number one, your expenses, don't just think about tuition. You need to think about rent. You need to think about transportation. Are you living in a city where you can easily grab public transportation, walk, etc.? If you're in Orange County, if you're in LA County, forget about it, my dear. Literally, forget about it, my dear. You are, at some point, you will need a car. Like, there is public transportation, but like,
It's disgusting.
Disgusting. We're hoping the Olympics is gonna put pressure for them to up it, because like it's also just like generally the cost of living, like the cost of taking Ubers, the cost of groceries. Like, there's just a lot that you need to mentally adjust towards, and especially if you're coming from a place where your economy is not as strong, or like the currency that you use. So like, you come from London, so it's different. I come from South Africa. Like, the rand versus the dollar, my dear. Like, when I first, and it's actually just getting worse. Like, I feel like when I moved, it was around like $1 was 16 rands. Right now, we're pushing like almost 20 rands. It's ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous. So there was like, when I moved, it was like that mental adjustment. The whole COVID situation played a factor in, because I think it was at the time where South Africa was having a lot of cases. The US was just being a bit more strict in terms of like allowing multiple entries for people who were coming from specific countries. So there was just a lot of anxiety for me around whether like I'm going to get my visa in time, and whether, remember when you have to test, like I had to go test for COVID, but it had to be like 48 hours in advance.
That one. I remember the PC, them ones. It was PCR?
Early in advance.
PCR maybe.
I don't remember what it is, solid.
But yeah, I remember traveling during that time. When you were in school, I went to Canada and I had to do that. Yeah. And I nearly didn't get on a plane back. It was crazy. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, so my anxieties or like hurdles that I faced were mostly like just coming into the country, were mostly just like the whole COVID aspect, because guys, one positive test and I just wasn't going anymore. Like, or it was going to delay my departure, or like there was just so many things that could have just been an obstacle for me. But then that wouldn't be as relevant to people listening now. So I guess the one to place more emphasis on is also just adjusting to the cost of things. Because even if you enter, like I didn't have stresses about like fees or anything like that. That was going to be taken care of. That was not going to be my stress. Mine was just like mentally adjusting to like having to budget my lifestyle, and like how and like also trying to communicate to people who were supporting me how much money I need, because I didn't understand how much money you need. And again, like if you're converting currencies, it's like, okay, like at home you could easily, at the time, like 3,000 rands in a month would carry you far. Like you could do a hell of a lot with that, whereas now here you are pushing upwards of like 5,000, 6,000 rands to get by. Well, not to get by, let me not be dramatic. Like I was obviously like, it obviously goes by whatever lifestyle you live, what food you eat, etc. But back to my point of like, if you don't have transportation, you're going to be using Ubers a lot. You know, a lot of it went into play, and I think that's another thing to just mentally prepare yourself for. Is like, how much is it actually going to cost you on a week to live, and not just thinking about like school and big expenses. Like, God willing, you'll be in a case where like you don't have to stress about it, which is in my case. But like, there are other things you're just gonna have to mentally figure out. You know. Another obstacle I guess I faced moving here was just finding an apartment. Bless you, darling.
Thank you, darling.
Finding an apartment. Finding an apartment. Guys, because America is one of those places where like their credit system only considers credit that you've accumulated in the United States of America. So you could, coming from South Africa and have a good credit score, doesn't mean a thing here, okay? Because their credit bureau systems are different, whatever, and they don't translate. Unlike, for instance, if I was a South African moving to London, they might consider my credit history from South Africa. The US doesn't. So, and obviously, you know, like when you rent places, they want like credit record, they want proof of funds, they want all of this. And like, it was just a lot to search for a new place as an international student who hadn't had a job at the time. And like, I was 22. I was 21 actually when I moved here. And yeah, like I was just a walking red flag for a lot of like landlords. Even though like I had the ability to prove funds. Like I'd be like, guys, yeah, like all the documents and stuff that I had for my parents and stuff. I was like, guys, I swear to God, like we will pay. Just give me the damn apartment. But yeah, and then there's also like, I don't know, people's like reservations towards renting against people who haven't been in the US a long time. There's a lot. And some of it we also dealt with when we were looking for this apartment. Yeah. It comes up again every now and again. Even though like now, like I have good credit, I have a job, whatever. There's still those barriers that you will face just from being an international person, you know? So
Yeah.
I guess mentally prepare for that and give yourself enough time to apartment hunt. Like, I literally lived in a hotel for a month when I moved here. I didn't stay in an apartment.
Really?
I moved here and I stayed in the Hyatt for 2 weeks, and then I stayed in the Marriott for another 2 weeks. And then towards the end of I found my place like a couple days after staying in the Marriott.
Did you come here? When did you come here before your classes started and stuff like that? When?
So I got here on the 11th of August. Don't ask me why I remember that date. I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I started classes officially like late 20s of August. So I intentionally arrived here like a good 2 weeks before classes started, because I knew I needed to look for an apartment.
Yeah.
I needed to figure out life. Oh, also like the MBA program had like residency stuff and weekend events and networking events that was happening before school started.
Yeah.
So that was also forcing me to arrive early.
But were you staying at the hotels in OC?
Yes.
Yeah,
So I was staying at hotels close to the school because
Yeah.
I still needed to Uber back and forth and everything.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, as time goes by, like you figure things out. I obviously got the apartments and it was great and I was really happy about it. Things fall into place.
Things fall into place.
It's just a matter of like mentally prepare yourself that there are certain things that you can't anticipate. You know what I mean?
Can't anticipate, and then some things that you might need to sacrifice a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if you're a girly and you like getting your nails done every other week.
These things are so expensive.
I haven't done mine in like 4 months because I'm broke. Yeah? Sacrifice. Carrying on.
Yeah, no. Mine are done, but like I think everyone chooses their thing that they want to keep versus let go. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I will still like maintain certain things, but other things, like for instance, like I don't use Uber Eats and DoorDash that much because I'm like, it is unnecessarily expensive. But like I will keep up with like my beauty routine stuff because for me that's an expense I would rather give towards than like delivery of things unless I'm like sick or whatever. Oh, if you are a black girl, let me tell you, cost of hair, Kesana. Yeah.
No, my Shaylas have been suffering actually.
Cost of braiding in these United States.
Can you let people know, for the people in especially London as well, because I want people to know the difference from London.
Wise? Oh yeah, because I'm sure London's bad as well. I've never lived in London. I've only visited.
London's okay.
Oh yeah, in
London,
comparison to here. Yeah, actually it is, because I have a friend who lives in Manchester and we always like, she moved there a year after I moved here. So we always compared like our journeys in terms of like,
I bet you 80, 90 pounds.
Yeah. Like she can get her hair done for like 80 pounds, 90 pounds. It can go above if she wants something specific, but like she can get her hair done for that price.
Yeah.
Whereas for me,
oh no, it's so expensive actually.
Guys, like genuinely like budget wise. Okay, let me compare. Also, like over years, inflation, whatever. So let me just I'm going to fast forward to comparing prices for right now. Right now, let's take this hairstyle that I've done because I've actually done something similar-ish at home. Right now, you can do this at home for like 1,000 rands. I feel like you could do it for 1,000 rands. 900 maybe. Obviously, like if you use human hair, which I did, it might up your cost to maybe like 1.2, but between 900 rands and 1.2, 1.3, you can achieve this hairstyle. Obviously, certain things go into factor of like, home is Johannesburg for me, so certain things go into factor like whether you do your hair in Soweto or Braam versus Sandton and Rosebank, like prices differ, but like around there you can get it done. And in dollars,
yes, I was gonna ask that.
Do you have your phone nearby?
No, I actually don't.
Okay,
but can you guess?
No, I can't guess. It's a lot of calculating. I'm just a girl. I'm usually good at math, but actually I can't.
Yeah, she's mathematic queen. You know, you know her IQ.
Right. So if we're going on the assumption that $1 is like 19 rands, yeah, like $60.
Slow.
You can do it. You can do it for $60. Like genuinely, like everything. Like we're not leaving anything out. $60 hairpiece, labor. Everything you can and you can come without washing your hair, without drying, whatever. Like they will do everything, wash, blow dry. Like some might even like help you out with like a little bit of treatment if you need a little bit of treatment. Might trim you, might do your braids. Every full service you can do it for like $60. Right now, let's go across the Atlantic and come to these United States of America. This hairstyle, right now I paid all in all, I think it was like $260, and that's a good
Good.
price.
And that's what I was gonna say. This is good.
That is a good price
for here.
And I'm pretty sure that was just for labor. I had to pay an additional amount of money to buy the hairpiece. Long story short, you can easily pay like $300, $350 to have the hairstyle that I have in my head. And now, guys, that's what like triple costs.
That's crazy. More
like
than
you can't do
more
braids all
than
the
triple.
time. Like literally, like if you're a braids girl down, let me just tell you, you can't do braids all the time. So yeah, moral of the story, you can't do braids all the time. You can't do wigs all the time. Well, no, wigs actually are what people do because you can do that yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, nails. We've already said nails are so
Nails
expensive.
are so expensive.
You can easily spend like $100 just on your hands.
I literally, in the UK, maybe the most I've paid is like £80 for nails, and I get long ass nails when I do them. I've paid $150 like 5 months ago, and this was someone that was like a family friend.
And she was so gassed to go to this person because she's like, oh, personal connection.
Yeah, like it'll be better price.
150 United States dollar for your hands. No feet included. Hands. And I'm pretty sure she didn't even need to do a soak off. Do you understand? Sure?
No, my nails were like off before, I think. Maybe like 1 or 2 are on. But come on. Come on.
It's so expensive, guys. It's so expensive.
But I will say the place where we do waxing is affordable.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Thank you to my lovely friend Amanjad for plugging me, because let me tell you, she's the one who put me onto my wax lady, and I put all of my friends onto her.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry. I'm still just. Am I going to tag her? If I feel so generous, I will tag her on our socials. But really and truly, I'm so scared, because what if people go and then she changes her prices?
Oh, she wants to gatekeep. She wants to get. Sometimes you gotta gatekeep, Sometimes.
No, but you know what? I care about her business growing more than I care about
Do it.
We love you, Mom.
Yes. Wait, other hand. Thank you, Mo.
We love you. Have you been watching anything cool lately?
Have I been watching anything cool lately? I've been trying to finish Severance.
Word.
That's what I'm trying to finish so I can continue watching.
Did you mention Severance last week? I think you did.
I think I mentioned Scandal.
Oh, you mentioned Scandal last week. You didn't mention Severance.
What have we been?
But
Severance. I mean, are we talking about series? I mean, with films, we both watched Mickey 17. That was interesting. Okay. I
love and respect Bong Joon-ho's work. Honestly, I really do.
Yeah.
So if we're going to speak about Mickey 17, this is just to critique. Okay, we're just critiquing, nothing personal for any of the artists involved. We respect and admire many of you, but what the hell? What the helliana?
What the helliante? What the hellyberry?
What the hellyberry? What was going on?
No, did you see?
I saw every other scene. I was like, oh.
No, but you know what? Yeah, love Mark Ruffalo. That was hilarious for me. I know she might have felt differently about it.
Oh, the billionaire. He played the billionaire. Oh.
The political billionaire rich person. I thought he was fucking hilarious. Robert Pattinson. I think I'm just so used to him being a certain type of way in a character that when I see him kind of trying to come out of it a little bit in a different character, I'm like, this is so strange.
I think the nerdy kind of character suited him. I won't lie to you.
Really?
I kind of think it's... Have you watched Water for Elephants?
No, I actually haven't.
Okay, he's not nerdy in it, but he plays this like underdog joining a circus, and then he becomes the main part of a love interest.
Interesting.
So like I've seen him play the bit softer roles. So
okay,
I kind of think I liked him.
Maybe I need to watch more Robert Pattinson films, because the one I watched was Good Time by the Safdie brothers. I've seen that. I think it's called Good Time. Imagine if I'm not. It might be something else. Obviously, like the Twilight situation. I've seen a couple of other ones. I just can't think of their names right now. What else have I seen?
We've seen enough. We've seen enough.
Okay,
so you loved Mark Ruffalo. Okay, yes.
So my king. Me and my brother actually both obsessed.
I don't know what to say that I liked. I did like aspects of it. There were parts of it that were funny. Mark Ruffalo and his wife. I forgot the actress who plays
You
his
really
wife.
like her. Sahan knows her name.
I'm going to...
She was from Hereditary, the mother in Hereditary.
Okay, we'll put it in the edits. We'll put her name somewhere on the screen in the edit because I genuinely love all the performances that I watch her and she's phenomenal. So I loved her. I think she did a great job at her carrying her role. I also enjoyed Robert Pattinson's love interest, the one who dates every version of him. She was a good actress. I thoroughly enjoyed her.
What was she? I've seen her in something else before, you know.
I have as well. Sorry, I said names here.
It was in like a horror situation though, because I remember the camera being really up in her face.
I'm not sure, darling. You know I don't watch horror, but she was really good. Moving on to the parts of it that didn't make sense to me. Guys, okay, this is my gripe with sci-fi lately, guys. Okay, cool. Can we please address some other societal ill other than colonialism? I'm begging. This is my plea. I'm earnestly making a plea to sci-fi writers, producers, studios who greenlight sci-fi movies. We get it. You do an exploration to a foreign land. There are natives there. The humans come and superimpose their power, their way of existing and control, etc. They're the bad guys. They are meant to represent the white people from colonialism. The natives are meant to be all the indigenous people. We understand it, please. Guys, there's so many things in this world that are wrong. There is climate change. There is poverty. There is genocide. There are so many other societal ills. Please pick another one. Please pick another one.
I understand, but I don't mind if I see more of colonialism stuff, actually. I don't mind it because I think it links...
Do it differently, though. Like, everyone... Like, what I'm describing of the, like, going to another world, everyone does it that way. It's not different. Like, for me, for instance... Dune has themes of colonialism, but it's done differently.
Oh, Dune. I forgot about Dune.
Do you see what I mean of do it a different way? Because Dune to me feels slightly different in their approach. Maybe it's because...
Dune is different. This one was supposed to be more comedy.
Society. But this one, the way... I'm just like... I'm tired of this. So, yeah. Also, my next point of this movie was... I don't know. It just felt too gimmicky for me. It was too gimmicky. Mm-hmm. Like, there's a little bit of gimmicky that makes things funny, but like, I felt like they did it too much. Your Honor, I do not know this woman. So sorry to this woman.
You fucking live with me?